Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Rajkar and today I shall be discussing the thumb sucking habit. Babies are born wanting to suck, and in some babies, the sucking reflex is evident even before they are born. This is a natural behavior that allows a baby to feed and grow. It's also comforting and helps babies to settle. Thumb sucking, which is also known as non-nutritive sucking, is an extension of this natural behavior and looks very cute when your babies are small. However, as time goes by, if this habit still persists in a child, it can lead to problems in the growth and development of the teeth in the jaws, speech development, and cause changes in the skin on the thumb as well as the lips. It can also expose the child to bacteria and viruses because of the dirt which may be present on the thumb. Most children give up the habit of sucking around 2 to 3 years of age. The younger the age at which a child gives up the sucking habit, the more likely it is that the teeth and jaws will correct the growth problems naturally. If this habit is still present when the permanent teeth come in, which is around 6 years of age, it can lead to severe changes which require orthodontic treatment in the form of braces. And so, ideally, pacifiers should not be used beyond the age of 2 years and thumb sucking should end at age 4. If your child is still hanging on to any of these habits, it's time to put your foot down. Mind you, just not on their fingers. So let's discuss some ideas to help break this thumb sucking habit. Give your child the chance to let go of the habit once they're ready. At the most, children want to give up the habit around age 6. And I've yet to see a child walk into his college graduation ceremony with a thumb in his mouth. So parents, please don't despair. Especially if your child is passively sucking the thumb, that is holding the thumb in the mouth without any active movements of the tongue. The changes which are caused due to thumb sucking are directly proportional to how often, how long, and how much is the intensity with which the child sucks onto the thumb. Try to keep a track of how and when does the child want to suck his or her thumb. This will also help you to understand the severity of the condition. It will also help you to intervene when the child is about to suck his or her thumb, which is mostly when they're hungry, tired, or sleepy. To distract them, you can also keep a soft ball or a game like a puzzle around you. Use your imagination more creatively to figure out activities which will help them to cope with this time. In order to motivate the child, you also need to make them aware of the situation. A lot of time, children subconsciously suck their thumbs and do not even know that they're doing it. So if you notice them doing it, ask them if they're aware that their thumb is in their mouth. Calmly point it out to them, what is it about the behavior that you don't like and why. Educate them about the germs that might be present on their thumb, which can enter their mouth and reach the stomach and cause them to be very sick. A little more exaggeration may help. Also, if you see that your child is not holding the thumb in his mouth, praise them. Praise is like water to the flower. We all grow when we feel that our actions are seen and acknowledged. Sometimes when children are anxious and feel insecure, they might start sucking their thumbs. Try to figure out which situations trigger these emotions and help your children to cope through this time by giving extra attention and more hugs and cuddles. If you notice that your child has avoided sucking the thumb during a particularly stressful situation or trying time, then go ahead and reward them. Positive reinforcement works wonders. You can also keep a progress chart. This will help the child to be involved in the decision-making process as well. Discuss with them how many slip-ups are alright and figure out a method to reward them, maybe at the end of the week or at the end of the month as the progress continues. You can also try to control the temptation by applying an adhesive bandage with their favorite cartoon characters around their thumbs. Or you can simply place a sock or even a glove or a mitten on their hands when they're asleep. Whichever method you use, try to be consistent. You can also apply a thin layer of a bitter tasting liquid onto the fingernail and not the finger itself. A lot of these products are available over the counter, but you can also use homemade remedies. Dabbing the fingernail with teeny weeny bit of perfume might also do the trick, and believe me, even your most favorite perfume is going to taste just as yucky. You can also try natural remedies like applying a bit of bitter tasting lemon juice or salt and water. Just make sure that it's very little or your child might want to throw up. You can also apply a paste made of mint and milk, which will not only help to break the habit but also soothe the stomach at the same time. Aloe vera gel has also known to be effective, and the list goes on. If you feel that none of these remedies are helping, then consult your dentist regarding the use of an orthodontic appliance. This will help to stop the habit dead in its tracks, and it comes in the form of a fixed or removable appliance which is placed behind the upper front teeth and prevents the thumb from touching the roof of the mouth. So, I hope these tips are of help to you. As parents, it's your role to calmly but firmly guide and support your child through this phase. Try to figure out which method works best for you, and once you do, let me know, because it's time for my niece to say goodbye to her thumb sucking habit as well. Stay tuned for more information on pacifiers in my next video. In the meantime, keep smiling and namaste.